tricks. Erasing hate with love. Rabbit holes, it was all tricks. Erasing hate with love. Land us always hope you got clips. Erasing hate with love. Fantasy souls is hostage. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate. Erasing hate with love. Fake air, fake news, chemtrails, fake foods, fake religions, fake rules, fake celebs and fake jewels. Nothing's what it seems, all clues. Nothing's what it seems, all clues. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems, it's all clues. Nothing's what it seems, it's all clues. Why we living in the matrix? Erasing hate with love. Rabbit holes, it was all tricks. Erasing hate with love. Living in this matrix. Land us always hope you got clips. Erasing hate with love. Fantasy souls is hostage. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate with love. Erasing hate. Erasing hate with love. Shit to the top, so you better rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Buckle up, if you better buckle up.
Sun shining, wrist shining. I'm flying, I'm up there, so exciting. Woke up feeling great, cheese, eggs, watch is great. Mike Crockenstein or Axel on a date. We can hit the beach up or maybe roller skate. Amuser at the park while all we escape. We flying, we gliding, we flying, we flying.
Rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Buckle up, if you better buckle up. Flying to the top, buckle up, flying to the top, buckle up. Flying to the top, buckle up, flying to the top, buckle up. Rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Rising, waking up, feeling great, feeling love. Woke up like this green smoothie in my cup. Got my 3 kings beside me, know exactly what it's up. Spaceship to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Flying to the top, so you better buckle up. Buckle up, if you better buckle up.
We back. It's your girl StarChougie, man, here to shine a little light on another dark ass situation. I got my man,
Friend.asp.
Listen.
Yeah.
The co-host with the most.
It's tis.
We got Marley in the building, man. Marley! Because today we have a very, very interesting topic. And we needed to call in reinforcements
A
for
toothpick.
this one. It's been a lot of shit going on, bro.
It has been.
Allegedly, psych. It's a bunch of alleged shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of things to get everybody's draws in a bunch. So we here to go ahead, shine a little light on it, and then tell y'all why you shouldn't worry that much. And how to conduct yourself. Well, not so much how to conduct yourself, but how to protect yourself from the bullish.
Yeah.
How was your week though? Let's start there.
My week is always interesting. I did some cool things.
Such as?
I went on a autism walk.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
I met Dr. Umar Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, we about to get this school together, open up this school.
Oh, y'all about to open up a school?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you opening it with them? You opening that school with them?
Brothers United, things in that nature.
Is it going to happen now or around the time when Jesus coming back?
When they hire the franchise, things happen, man. Things just happen
people waiting for a lot of shit, so I'm just saying.
Oh man,
people waiting for Saviors to come back, Umar Johnson to open up a school. I mean, there's a lot of people waiting on a lot of shit that might not happen this lifetime, but keep hope alive.
Had to teach my daughters how to fight boys.
Well, damn. You have had an interesting week. Why? Can you please elaborate for the folks that don't know? For they think you just completely lost your mind.
All right. Well, when you, it's just like when you're in a school is kind of the same way like the court system. The most argumentative story wins. It might not always be the truth, So I had to educate, my daughters on how things look. You know what I mean? Not what actually happened. Don't get caught up in being emotional on what actually happened, because that emotion from some people they don't understand gonna make you look guilty. You know what I mean? Some people don't know how to perceive emotion and intent or whatever like that. Right. So the particular incident, this boy had threw a chair at my daughter.
Oh,
she said the boy threw the chair at her. She said he was doing too much, so she punched him in the face.
Okay, well,
and I said, I agree, but see, since a boy did that, if he threw a chair at you and no adult couldn't stop that happening, like this was the bad part. I'm like, yeah, you make sure if you could throw a chair or a desk at him, preferably.
I feel,
like that's a boy. Like a boy can hurt you, so I don't want you to be all in your mind, like because you probably a little bigger that you can like beat up a boy. Like you ain't doing push-ups, you ain't running, you ain't flipping, you ain't doing this extra strength that a boy might have that you underestimating. You know what I mean? So I don't want you to be out there trying to jab and fight a boy. You know what I mean? What if you beat him up, then another little boy jump down? You getting rolled on by little boys, and then daddy gotta beat up little boys and they dad. Like if the little boy do something, you just crack him with a stick one time. Maybe it'd be his last time trying to hit a girl.
True.
And then when they go to his people, what happened? I was trying to hit the little girl, and the little girl hit you with something. Well, you shouldn't have been hitting the little girl if they got sense.
It's always so rough when it comes down to this, schooling and telling our kids how to protect themselves, because it's like, they were ready to suspend them and do all types of shit so quickly, and they won't even hear the other side of the story. They just basically be like, well, this person retaliated, so they gotta go.
They both got
on suspension too.
Yeah, but like if like for instance, like my children get like honor roll and things of that nature, right? And if they have a bad day, fuck it, get them in some room suspension. They might be angry one day, and so it happens, smack the shit out somebody. So what? They kids, they learning. Like grown adults be smacking the shit out of people because they mad. Like so, like why are we putting so much pressure on these children? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why the pressure is being put on, but at the end of the day, what can we do? But teach them, like you said, to teach your daughter how to beat up the dudes. You know what I mean? F it. Marley, you coming to join us today, or you relaxing? Yeah, so we just got a couple of things that's been going on. It's a few things that's been crossing my radar, such as monkeypox. So,
that's where we gonna start with monkeypox.
just figured we just go on out there, jump out the jet with the monkeypox, and then talk about why they gave us the monkeypox as this big ass distraction. Meantime and between time. So, the monkeypox. Now, the story of how it got here is they was bringing these monkeys from Africa to a lab, to a CDC in New York, and the truck overturned.
But what they bringing monkeys here for?
Monkeys with the pox on top of that, right?
For what?
But how ironic is it that these said pock having monkeys had a truck that just so happened to overturn
a truck
of monkeys. And then this one lady, Michelle, y'all got to see Michelle. Y'all got to see her. I said, where are they getting their crisis actors from these days? Walmart. And the 88 cent rollback joint. Because it's very, very bad. She's like, oh, yeah, well, I saw the truck overturn, and I ran over to try to help.
The monkeys.
And I was petting one because I thought it was a cat. And come to find out, it was a monkey. So
I ain't never seen no.
Few of the monkeys got away. I'm saying, y'all believe this shit. So I'm just repeating what the new. I am just a messenger. I am not the person who made this dumbass story up. But y'all believe this bullshit.
You pet a monkey that look like a cat.
A cat. I'm still stuck on that part.
Yeah, I fell out.
She pet the.
I fell out.
The cat monkey.
The pastor put hands on me with that one.
Yes. Okay. And you locked your knees.
You.
But yeah, so I mean, I know that a lot of this shit is all about the distractions.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were unleashing the monkeypox and the big shooting that they also orchestrated, there's been two back to back, one in Houston and one in Buffalo. Yeah, these are orchestrated. I mean, you can't make up shit better than how they do, than the shit that they put together on a day-to-day basis. But y'all president, y'all leader, is sliding off to meetings, giving up all our rights, for our medical, protocol, like our medical, they basically just trying to throw away the HIPAA law and sign it over to who to make all of our medical decisions. So, what do you have to say about any of those things, guys and gals?
That's crazy.
Be mindful of health. Take control and be conscious of your health and your family's health.
But it's crazy because so many people are dependent on, the health system that they have in place. Because I remember asking that question about the whole HIPAA law thing when I was picking up my old boss's daughter from school. She had got sick. And while I was sitting in the office, one of the ladies in the office was on the phone with somebody like, yeah, so do you have the COVID? Or do your mom have the COVID? And I was like, wow, I didn't know that you could ask people that. And she just looked at me and shook her head, yeah. And it was like, what about HIPAA? She didn't say shit. And I'm like, that's funny. And I went to the hospital because I had an asthma attack and asked the same thing. I don't know if I told you that I got turned away from the hospital when I was having an asthma attack because they wanted to
give me terminated from the hospital?
Turned away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. From, what's that? Tourism Frankfurt Hospital.
When was this? It's recent?
This probably was like a few months back.
What?
But because I didn't want to get the COVID test.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, and I walked in literally having an asthma attack. And they told me no. And I mean, but I asked them the same question, and that shit was like, well, I mean, listen, this is something different. And it's like, are you serious?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wow. But I didn't know that. Like, the stuff that you're saying, like, I've saw some of the things. I saw about the shooting. I saw way back when that truck fell over with the monkeys on it. And I mean, and they didn't catch not one of them. It was like 109 monkeys that got loose.
Okay. So they said that all the monkeys got away. Because I thought it was 2 or 3.
No, all the motherfuckers got away. They ain't catch none of them, Jones.
So you mean to tell me the truck overturned, boom, and then the gate opened to the back of the truck, and then all the monkeys got out their little gates, unless they just had the monkeys in the back of the truck,
Just
not in the
out.
gate,
right?
just freelancing around in the back of the truck,
wilding out of the truck,
and then that all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then they going.
And where? In what area did this monkey?
In New York somewhere, right?
I thought it was in Pennsylvania.
Was it Pennsylvania?
I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it happened in
We
Pennsylvania.
gotta see what location.
Like in some rural ass part
like
of Pennsylvania.
some place that nobody would.
Like,
yeah, nobody would
The
see.
perfect place to just drop off monkeys.
Just one
person.
You ever drove through Pennsylvania? Like when you get in certain places, you don't see another car for 10, like 10 miles.
Yeah, like the people that like upstate.
Yeah. So how the fuck?
George Mason.
Yeah.
She got out and pet one stop for her to pet him. When all other rest
happened to be out there, saw the monkeys, petted
the cat monkey.
The one she thought
And then
was
it darted.
a cat.
Ain't nobody
I
going.
guess that one didn't get away. The one that she pet, that she thought was a cat, because that was still in the cage.
Would you even go and try to pet if you seen 109 cats?
I wouldn't try to pet shit.
I wouldn't know.
I would be running.
Like the
nothing.
fuck? Ain't nobody
Life.
going near the 109 nothing.
First of all, I don't know if y'all.
That's a gang.
Monkeys can be
Okay.
very, very violent. You know what I
Anything
mean?
over 10 is a gang.
Monkeys are very violent. They can be
Right.
very violent at times. I saw a video of a monkey slap the shit out of a lion and
I
just
know
ran
they
up the
slap
tree.
shit in
Like they
somebody's
don't
face.
care. Like they.
You seen when the monkey ripped the lady face off?
I saw when it ripped
Oh,
his man
shit.
fucking
What?
top back.
Yeah, the monkey ripped the whole lady face off. She had a pet monkey. It ripped her face clean off.
Damn.
I hope you listening, Paulie. Paulie want a monkey,
Yeah.
and I keep
Oh
saying
my
fuck them
God.
Jones.
You
I'm
see?
good on them. Jones. Like,
She
I
might
want
get a
Yo, yo.
chimpanzee
Shout out
too.
to L.
Smack the shit out.
I don't want no them Jones. Look, a big ass lion. A monkey slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Like
see,
yo,
I don't-
no, I'm not petting that. I don't know. What
I
he-
didn't even know that the monkeys got that aggressive.
No, they crazy.
That's crazy.
It
They crazy. They
depends.
don't have no fear. Like
It
you know what I
depends
mean?
where they from though.
Yeah, real
These
shit.
was allegedly from Africa. Of all
So they
places.
wild. They was wild monkeys, and they been in the lab. So they
Okay,
definitely.
we got a caller from Texas,
Yeah, shit.
and hopefully they're about to shine a little light on the shooting that happened. Maybe they know something about the shooting that took place.
Yellow.
Caller, are you there?
Caller.
Probably wait for the sound to come through.
Caller, are you there?
Oh, wait a minute. Caller?
I heard a little
Hey,
something.
hey, wait a minute, hold on. Let me see.
Put on
We on.
speaker.
Oh, you know what? Can you hear it? Can y'all hear it in the ears?
Nah. Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
I hear you now.
How you doing today?
Doing
How
well
are you?
yourself?
Alrighty.
Everything's everything.
I see them. I listen to radio. So I didn't see how radio stuff.
Oh, it's choppy down south.
Yeah, you. Oh, it's choppy down south.
That signal.
I thought you said he
Midwest.
said that. Oh man, caller.
He did say that.
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah.
We just working
I
trying
see
to.
them. I've been good listening to rap music.
Yeah.
All right, we listening. Hold on 1 second. We just trying.
No.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
We might can't. We might.
Yeah.
You know what,
It's
caller?
it's real choppy. Tell him
We
to
really
You might
can't.
have to put it on speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it up to the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put it on
Stay
speaker.
weird.
1 second.
We got you, caller. Hold on. Gonna work it out.
1 second. We having technical difficulties, partner, but we getting it together right now. Thank you for calling in. But yeah, so it's a lot of things that's going on.
I didn't know that those monkeys.
The monkeys
had a-
could have had anything.
Right. But
Well, allegedly, they had the pox.
they was taking them from one lab to another, and I remember them saying something like they were all cool, and then to turn around and blame them same monkeys is crazy.
So now they blaming the same monkeys on the pox.
It's the monkeys. And the pox
no.
just
Why they
look like
blame everything on monkeys?
blackheads.
Because they
Yeah.
trying to say we are monkeys.
Yeah, how you doing there? Hello, caller? Hello. I think next week. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't understand half the things that's going on, but I do know.
Press 1. To send a
Is
voicemail,
it jail
press
call?
2.
There we go.
We got jail call coming in. Shout out to everybody that's on lockdown. Shout out to Lizzie Nas, 215, and everybody else that's being held captive.
Listen,
Freedom.
when it hit the fan, when it hit the fan, you know, we got to definitely make our way up there to release those people.
That's
That was
what
my
I'm saying.
biggest fear when I was in
Do
prison.
you think about
Yeah.
that? I
All the
think
time.
about that all the
When I was in prison, I used to think about that. I used to be like, yo, I'm bidding myself for the last 2 days, and what if they just don't come to work?
Yeah, he can hear us. He said something.
Hello.
Hi. We can hear you.
Yeah, what you say?
How you doing? What's your name?
Best friend, Daddy SP. You talking to?
All right. Yeah, shoot.
It's Dominique from Willis, Texas. How you doing today, sir?
Oh, thank you for calling in, Dominique.
I'm all right, Alien. How you?
I'm all right. This bitch, y'all be Shout Out Radio?
Yeah, this is Glockaway Radio.
Y'all be Shout Out Radio sometimes?
Do we what, man?
Yeah, y'all be on there, be on Shout Out Radio? You be
Shout
on
out.
there sometimes?
Shout out. Right?
Yeah, we shout out. We do a lot, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know,
Are
man.
they trying to?
I don't know, man.
Shout out.
Listen,
They trying to solicit
this is
us.
what I don't have time for.
They trying to break all knowledge, man.
Yeah, they trying to.
They
just
trying
send
to
the
call up
ops.
here with the country bullshit, man.
They just send the ops on us. You know what I mean?
I know who that is.
So
That's my man from what's this for Whoop That Trick from Hustle and Flow.
that's not
Oh, that's my Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Oh God,
My Uncle Melvis.
Lord.
But back to it.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, they trying to give our right. Basically, if this law is passed, I'm not sure if it did or if it didn't, because I didn't check today. But if this law is passed, basically, the World Federation, the WHO, has the right to make all of our medical decisions mandated. Okay? Which means if they decide that they want us to take whatever they want us to take, they say we need it, and therefore we have to take it. I don't have to take shit, but I'm just saying, y'all ready to do whatever y'all got to do when they come knocking on the door saying that you got to do, you know, whatever they want, because that's where it's headed. You know
We
what
could
I mean?
try.
It's going to be that, or it's going to be, well, you can't eat. Because now they creating this food shortage, as y'all can see, is being created. And then they say, okay, well, the only way you're going to get food for your family is if you do X, Y, Z. You know, take this shot or take this medication or whatever. So, y'all ready to go against that? I'm just saying. Or y'all want to just sit back and let this shit happen? Because it's up to us as the people.
For sure.
We don't got to sit back and take none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We really acting pussy right now. I'm sorry.
You know what it is, because most people got to go to work, got a job, take care of their
fuck them
kids.
jobs. I'm
Yeah, that
sorry,
shit
but
over
fuck
too.
them jobs.
I know,
Because
but
we beyond that now. You know what I'm saying? We
Damn.
beyond that now.
that's a lot of people.
It is, but guess what? There's a lot of people that's going to be, you know, held captive and thrown in these camps and all this other shit that they trying to do.
So
if everybody don't
this
stand
what
up
I
and do
say.
something.
We gotta teach people first, like survival and like entrepreneurship skills, because a lot of people, for one, don't have a survival skill. I ain't gonna even say entrepreneurial skill. That's
I was about to say the entrepreneur. I don't mean no harm, but the entrepreneur skills, if you ain't got it by now, kind of like out the window. Only because this is active.
Yeah,
this
it's
is not.
definitely
This
active.
is not a motherfucking drill. This is the real thing. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit we could have did years ago, but right now it's like, what we gonna do? Y'all gonna grow some crops? Y'all gonna, you know, grow some food in your homes and in your yards or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? You ready to protect your family from anything that's coming down the pike? You know what I mean? That's where the shit at now. We, you know, years ago we could have been like, oh, we need to teach them this, that, and the third. Now it's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
So you're just saying fuck them.
I'm just saying what it is.
I mean,
Passing over our
I
rights.
just get to the lowest common denominator out here.
They passing over our rights, bro. Like they say, they giving somebody else the right to say what do we need to do with our bodies medically. Yeah. They giving an organization that's half-ass, ain't even doctors.
Yeah.
To make medical advice for us that we have to fucking do. Or else.
Yeah, what you could do what they say do, I don't know if it really works.
It ain't gonna work.
Sign petitions. If you get like 1 million petitions,
That might work.
yeah, cause that's the only, cause that changed legislation. So the only way to really is to gather people, organize, and change legislation. That's the only supposedly way. I ain't gonna say if it worked, but like supposedly, like we
I mean,
the people.
it sound good, right? But I just don't trust. I just don't trust the legislation to say that they even got those votes or got those.
No, you gotta do it. We gotta organize. You would have to get like. They might say something astronomical, like I need 10,000 signatures for some shit you saying
by tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
And they get it, and then what?
And then you can pass some bills, some legislation. Y'all gotta write a bill up.
They gonna up that shit.
That's what they don't do. They gonna make up some shit, and then it's not. We dealing with a corrupt system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no more playing with them. There's no more.
Look, you see what I got on? Got to America. I got the statistics on right here.
Right.
Representing what's going on. But shout out to SS Rico. This is his situation.
Okay, okay, shout out to SS Rico. That's my youngin.
Yeah, though.
But we not in that place. You know, I understand a lot of times that you try to find the, what do I call it? Like you try to find the correct way to exit. You know what I'm saying? But there's no correct way to exit when the motherfuckers that make the law is breaking it.
Yeah.
They don't care about those petitions.
You ever saw Hunger Games? You ever saw that? The Hunger Games?
Oh, I did. And this is reminding me a lot of it.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly identical. Did you ever see it, Freddie?
Yeah,
like,
I saw them.
The last John, that shit was like,
I ain't seen the last
motherfucker. I mean, if you don't mind me, I'm just spoiler alert.
No,
the last John, the motherfuckers that was hosting the Hunger Games and having Hunger Games, they just blew up all their own shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they was like, fuck it, nobody's gonna get this shit if we can't have it. My thing is, I feel like white America is not going for that shit. You know what I mean? Even if we go up to Jenkintown, they wasn't wearing masks when we had to wear masks down here or whatever the case is. It's like they're not, because they weren't doing it. You get what I'm saying? They just didn't do that shit. You know what I mean? But we underestimating those people that are like that is strapped to the T.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That ain't going for none of the shit that they trying to fearmonger and give people. You know what I mean? I really believe that those people, we could probably sit back and get our shit together and do what we gotta do if we gotta create an exit strategy, because they not letting that shit happen. Them motherfuckers is gonna go crazy.
Remember, they already.
Remember when I was talking about that I was figuring that out, that I ain't know that?
What?
When I was like, man, some clear people were saying some shit I never thought they would say up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, they the ones.
I'm thinking all these motherfuckers did this, that, and the third.
No, they with the shit.
They like, oh, this is my fucking country.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, you really rapping like this is really your fucking country?
No, but that's why I be saying at the end of the day, for now, right? I'm all with segregation after we get back in harmony. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But right now we need unity and we need harmony. Mm-hmm. We need everybody to be on the same team, because them motherfuckers fighting for their life just like we are.
Yeah, and they actually train it. That's the crazy thing. Like they train their children at a very young age.
Yes, they do.
To, properly handle
9
firearms.
years old. That's why I started taking my kids to the range when they was 9.
They got like they teach them.
All clear people had their kids there.
Yeah, but it's funny because when you bring your kids there, they look at y'all like, oh shit, what the fuck they about to
they're
do?
like, what they gonna
the kid got they doing like, damn, what the fuck they over there about?
Exactly,
like the same shit.
Same shit you doing, buddy.
You know what I mean? But it come off differently.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's something that we kind of skim past. I was working for like this carrier company delivering shit everywhere in Pennsylvania. I was in parts of Pennsylvania I didn't even know where the fuck I was at. The hospitals didn't have, this was in the middle of the pandemic when it was like supposedly all crazy and shit. Not a fucking soul, not a doctor, not a nurse, not a sign on the door, not a 6 feet stand apart, none of that shit.
Yeah.
None of that shit. They looking at me like,
what's wrong with you? Why you got that mask on your face? That face
fuck no.
diaper.
If I see a half a person with if they got that shit kind of hanging off a little bit, I'm like, no, I'm not wearing this. And I got asthma too, so I'm not wearing this shit. But it was like to see how different it was, and to see that if somebody walked in there with a mask on, they would have kicked them the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like they was not playing. Like they take that shit so serious, and that's the disconnect. And I wish we could, like you said, with the unity thing, get together and realize, like, damn, they on the same page we on, and they actually know more of the information of what's going on that's being withheld from us. We need to kind of get with these people, like you said. We can go back to
creative and stronger, but they got strategy when it comes down to.
They're part of the shit. You know what I mean?
They are.
You know what it is though? They organize.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we just need to, bridge the gap, You know, get on the same page. You know, everybody just trying to stay alive at this point. You know, and then once we get all the nutty people out of the game, you know, once we get back to sovereignty, then we can work on our differences and be like, okay, well, you know what, we don't eat that.
Yeah,
you know, we don't jog that way. We don't play basketball that way. We don't, and we can separate. Our history is not your history.
Exactly.
But in love and in order and in decency, not we're better than you or whatever like that. We're just not all the way the same. But then on the things that we can collectively be together on,
let's do it.
Let's congregate on the things that we have in common.
Like we did in slavery.
Well, allegedly, because the whole slavery
I don't even know if that shit
thing,
happened.
the slavery whole thing, I'm not buying all of it. I'm not buying.
You let
all
somebody
of it.
come and just take you?
I'm gonna keep it.
Force you to do something?
I feel like every civilization has slavery, so I'm not gonna
Some
say
source.
I'm not
some
gonna
type
say
of
to some type of degree.
Yeah.
Now they might have took indentured servitude and turned into some grand old slave story.
Right.
Okay, but
I feel like they elaborated on the story.
do I believe people like capture and stole people? They still capture and steal people in this country today. So fucking yeah.
Yeah, I just don't believe all these
You
people on the
letting
slave
somebody
ship.
come and just grab you?
Yeah.
I'm not.
And then
I'm
you
just
land on
saying,
a fucking
look
slave ship.
Look how they grabbing
just
all
laying
these
there?
kids right now.
Kids,
You
yeah.
talking about grown
So
people.
whoever said they grabbed grown people, they
Right.
could have been snatching all these fucking kids that
Right.
grew to be grown.
That is true.
But
and they just
that's
keep
not the
a
story.
lot going on
The
with it.
story
I
is
know.
they was grabbing grown ass men.
I ain't
They was
going by the
separating them by
story.
the family.
I ain't
Yeah.
going by the story. I'm going by what can realistically happen. By what's going on to this day in America right now. Like kids is getting snatched, and you hear stories. The girl grew up right, and she killed the boy, and they gave her life
locked her the fuck
for killing the person that sex trafficked her since she was a child.
Right.
And
I
she
get
grew up
that.
to a grown person and could defend herself and killed the motherfucker. So
Yeah,
so
I get
many
that.
people.
That is true, but
It
I'm
is a
just saying I
possibility.
don't buy we all came from Africa on a ship. I don't
Nah,
believe we all
it's
African.
Impossible. It's impossible for that to
Yeah,
happen. That
like-
story is course to toe, so you don't get your indigenous rights to the land that you're
Right.
from.
That
And
part.
Exactly.
Like
That part.
I get it. $5 Indians or whatever they want
Right.
to call
Find
fake
out-
treaties. And
right.
all this
Exactly.
crap.
That's exactly
Yeah, I
right.
mean,
The dolls roll
I
Indian.
understand the big picture. But I'm saying at the end of the day, they got that shit from somewhere. It ain't just come out the thin air. They definitely captured some motherfucking body because people still getting captured.
I'm sure they did and they are still doing it, but just not to the degree that they said.
Yeah,
and
they
I'm
twisted
tired
that
of that story altogether because they ain't making our kids. I don't know about y'all, but I literally remember the day when we opened up the history books and I saw all these motherfuckers. Now this is a cartoon picture, not a real legit picture. A cartoon picture, okay? Somebody that drew up of
Illustrated.
all these motherfucking people laid out on this level of the ship, head to foot,
Yeah.
and then on the next layer they laid out right next to each other. And I was like, damn, this is all we was. And I felt good about being where I was then. Because I'm like, well, shit, at least I'm not on the slave ship.
I'd have been cupping it up out the side of that joint, pulling the motherfuckers with me. Like,
Right.
they wasn't about to do that
But,
shit.
all right, this is my question then.
I'd
What's your
came
question?
back.
So, what was going on when, like, where did we come from? Then what was we doing when we was like getting beat the fuck up and dogs and all that shit? Like, what happened before that? Like, what was going on? What was we doing as a people?
I think that we was thriving. I think we was rich, kings, queens, all that good
I'm
stuff.
talking about in America.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
First of all, it's pyramids. This is why you can't go to the Grand Canyon, because it's pyramids, and they literally had the same hieroglyphics on the walls, and the shit predates what we would consider Egypt today. It is way
They're all
older than
over.
that shit. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
all over.
Like even in, you got to find the truth in the lie. They said all of the land was connected at once.
Right.
I mean,
it was
all
all
shifted.
one whole
That
land.
Pangea shit.
So it's
One
like
whole land.
like it was one whole piece of land, and it started to break apart and shit. I mean, so we were initially here. Most of us was
Right.
I mean, and that was something that even with like Thanksgiving, people don't know that it took them 19 years to kill 1.5 billion people. Yeah, I mean, most people think they just came over here, gave motherfucking smallpox, fucked on some Indian bitches and had kids, and they just enslaved some people. Why would they go to Africa if they had people that was already here, that they recognized was here? They recognized that shit was, the motherfuckers was there. They broke bread with them, but it took them 19 years to kill all those people.
How y'all get here on a boat that was a rowboat because there was no motors back then?
Niggas
We
had
talk about
Popeyes
before, okay? This before motors.
I feel like
This before GPS.
They definitely piped the story. Like, if you want to get credit to like these great Vikings and Crusaders, you gonna pump the story up about all these big motherfuckers that got from the Queen,
Right?
Strong hundreds and hundreds, because these is great people in mythologies, whatever.
Mythology.
All these Alexander the Greats and Columbus and all that. You gonna want to make their story bigger than the Tuts and the
right.
you're gonna want to make your story bigger than the people that came before you.
Right.
So I definitely see that. You know what I mean?
So they throw the real gods and goddess on the slave boat, so that they're all the people that beseech them will only feel like they're nothing more than a slave, not know what they really are, not knowing how powerful they really are, and then they can take over. They can take mind fucking completely. They tell them they ain't shit.
We need somebody like 90 something then there being. We need somebody that.
Yeah, I heard this lady that's a bean.
Like,
no, it's a lady that was a bean. I got a YouTube.
1912.
No, I got a YouTube of a lady that's won something, and she said they said no. She said they said, well, what were you doing? She said my family was rich. She said I don't know about any of that. She said my family was rich. We owned stores. We owned this. We owned that. She said we had land. They came and took us off our land and started charging us to be on our own land. I'm gonna send you the video.
I believe that.
Oh, like she 100 and something.
Like a lot of that was going on down south. A lot of them sharecropping laws and all that.
She said we was rich. We had everything.
Them out of their property.
She said I don't know. I didn't know about struggling. I didn't know about all that kind of stuff. We was living good, and they came and they took our land and start charging us to be on it and start charging us to work on it.
That's just bullshit.
I done heard stories about older ladies talking about how they grandma shot their slave master and that's how they got up here.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it some of them stories we can't?
Like, really think about this shit. They didn't have access to knowledge the way that we do.
Right.
They were literally in the age of Pisces, where everything was off of a belief system. So if somebody told them something, they kind of went with it. Even with the artists, like prime example, like Idlewild used this perfectly. Like the shorty went around and was acting like she was somebody else. And she was going on tour in other places, acting like she was somebody else because they had pictures that somebody hand drew of a person. So niggas just was lying. They walking around like, yeah, my name's Timothy and that nigga named Joe. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't have access to information that way, or to even be able to get it that fast. So they could literally tell you anything and you just had to go with it. Then you got to remember that the only thing that exists is the present. Right. So anything in the past, that shit don't even exist. It didn't even happen at this point. You get what I'm saying? So they just making this shit up as they fucking go along.
Did we pick cotton or not?
I mean, I feel like I don't think it was like master told me to pick this cotton.
I'm gonna bleed.
I feel like cotton was a thing. It was a
legitimate hustle.
It was
That's
a
how
hustle.
people made money.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly. My thing is digging back into this whole Harriet Tubman story. She didn't even exist.
Yeah, that shit.
And motherfuckers can't even deal with handling that. But they handpicked all these.
Harriet was my favorite story.
Well, they handpicked a lot of these people and gave them to us to worship as our leaders and our saviors, right? But it's bullshit. They made these stories up, and when they give you these people and talking about they're gonna put her on money and all that, you really need to start thinking. Why are they doing that?
Exactly.
They don't do shit for us.
Why the fuck
now,
would you?
If they put her on money and get that shit to me, then fucks.
Listen, regardless if they put her on money and give it to somebody, money is about to be a thing of the past anyway. So isn't it something how the savior that they made up for us, they're about to slap, they talking about slapping her on the money when the money ain't even about to be worth shit.
Yeah, when it's about to go digital currency.
Really look at, like you said, all the people that they give us to kind of worship in a sense, or look to for hope in a sense, is all people that were in some way defeated by them.
Exactly.
Why would they give us this lady and say, here, yeah, she defeated us and she got, she won. Like, no.
And the crazy part is even her fake character, even her fictitious character wasn't shit.
Yeah.
Her fictitious character went and got slaves and took them to another fucking master.
Mm-hmm.
Took them from one master to the other master. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And our folks like, oh yeah, she went and took them under the ground. And man, even the story of her, they said she had a gun cocked and was like, y'all, once y'all leave, y'all ain't going back. It's only this way and that's it. And y'all gonna go and y'all gonna work for this master now.
Now, not Harriet specifically.
Okay.
Do y'all believe that it was people that like traveled and got away from that bad treatment? And
well, that's the thing. The bad treatment would have had to have happened. It would have had to have been a thing.
So
it would have had to have been a thing.
Beating niggas up and like the Emmett Till thing that actually happened, and that actually was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would people want to escape treatment like that, where they could just fuck you up and hang you? They still haven't made a law where it's illegal to lynch people. That's why they legally probably still be doing that shit. Cause
I mean, they want it to happen. They try to manifest
a law yet to like for motherfuckers that lynch people.
I mean, the crazy thing is, what fucked me up about that shit is even when they kill certain people, you gotta think a little bit deeper. When we're born, the first thing that they do is get your blood type. They take your child's blood. And I mean, we don't know where in the cosmos that mean you came from. You know what I mean? Or who might be possessing this vessel at the time. I feel like they know that shit from the rip, who they going to kill or harm or hurt or cause harm to. I done cursed a lot of motherfucking cops out. Bad. Like, terribly bad, where they probably should have fucked me up. You know what I mean? Versus somebody that might not say anything. What's her name? Sandra Bland or something like that? Like, she literally wasn't being disrespectful at all, in my to me. You know what I mean? But the bull wound up taking her and killing her in the jail cell. I feel like they know these things.
Something else.
You know what I'm saying?
She was doing.
I feel like they truly do know. Like,
yeah, it was something else that had been going on. They knew about her. But the reason why they take them blood types when we first born is to see our DNA, our lineage, know more about, oh, shit, that's that kin to that.
Yep.
And they get busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So let's hurry up and vaccinate them, get them out of here, because we got to simmer them down, because they get very, very, so they know all this about us from our blood, drawing our blood. All right, and then trying to take that blood and drink it and eat it and try to get what we got up in us and them through DNA.
Mm-hmm. Shit. What's his name? Dracula.
I forgot about Dracula.
Like, literally, it was one that came on. It was on Netflix, and they talked about every time he regenerated himself. When you look at the story of how that actually works, these people or this different species has to consume blood to get their youth back, right?
They die if they don't have it.
Yeah, they be real old and decrepit and shit. As soon as they start drinking some blood and shit. I watched the Dracula that was on Netflix that they actually took down. It was like a 3-part series. And they just kept saying over and over and over, it's in the blood. It's in the blood. They be talking random how we talking about it's in the blood. And then just go back to talking. And it's like, why the fuck do they keep saying it's in the blood?
That melanin.
The bull saw a fucking lady. She was like Polish or some shit. And she couldn't speak English. And he like, damn, her native tongue is beautiful. Dracula drank that bitch. It came back out talking to all the motherfuckers in her native tongue. And they just kept saying it's in the blood.
That's the DNA.
You know what I mean? So it's like that information that's being given, or the reason why they don't shoot in certain places and they preserve certain organs from us and stuff like that, is all for the purpose of them knowing more about ourselves than we know about ourselves. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, sorry that went off to the,
no,
left
that's
with
real.
it. But
The genetic code is in your blood.
hell yeah. That shit is everything.
But see, they know more about us than we do. They send all our shit down to the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And
the Vatican holds all our shit. They do all types of rituals with that blood. Hey, what's up? What shit? They poke the hill. They get the blood on the car. Oh, damn, man, down. Oh, but yeah, they. Oh, okay, that's good. They prick the hill. They get the blood. They test it. They see who's who, and then they Sandra Bland them if they need to. You know what I'm saying?
They can't wait to run into you. They can't wait till the right time to run into you. Like, did you hear about the woman recently, the Asian woman that shot her 2 kids in the sleep and all that stuff?
No.
It was like, we're in like Montgomery County or Delaware County. Her kids was sleeping in bed, and they both was like under 14. They probably was under 12. She shot both of them, and she tried to. They said initially she tried to shoot her neighbor, and then. Once the cops got there, whatever the case was, the main story that they talked about, so people start saying, wait a minute, was them keeping those kids on life support so that they can use their organs to save other lives.
Wow.
They literally made a big story about that part, and people like, wait, that don't sound right. Then you stop hearing about the story, then here we are now with the shootings,
Exactly.
all that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I saw the joint in Buffalo. I hate to say I saw that shit. It was on Twitch. Boy really got the first person he saw. He got out and everybody got wiggies. And when they was on the ground, he stood over top of him and shot him in the head.
Yeah, he you know he was selected.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? He was selected to do that dumb shit. And the one that the shooting that just happened at the school. This always they always had this stuff happen around election time.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And they trying to keep us so emotional that we can't pay attention to this real shit that's going on, like passing off our medical motherfucking care to
The who the fuck is y'all? Like,
and that's what they name tells you. Nobody even knows who the fuck they is yet. We sit here and allow them to do it, you know.
I think it's all about you gotta cross all this chaos and all this destruction so people can like vote for a hero. You know, who's gonna be the savior. This is a perfect time for people to want a savior. So down they know all the things that's affecting people because they made the things that affect people. So now you just speak on controlling all the things that affect people. You become the savior. You own the power.
That's right.
It's
you
like
know what I mean?
directive suggesting, like in the restaurant industry, they do that. Like they'll have you, if we know that today, they might tell us like, I want to sell, see who sells the most Delmonico steaks, and we'll give you a Delmonico steak for your lunch or whatever the case is. Like my job is then to persuade this person that might not even want steak at all to get steak without directly saying, get the steak.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm laying everything down for you to want to get
the
this steak.
Like,
And
yeah, I had the steak the other
directive
day.
suggesting.
It was really good.
So that's exactly what they doing. Like for them to do something on the scale of that small, a restaurant to do that, this is what all of that shit is. Like all of it's that. But as far as what we were saying about what we gonna do, listen, I don't even go to the hospital. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that, so fuck them. Y'all can release whatever the fuck y'all want. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
You know, it's a lot going on, and they got a lot of people by the balls because they was scared and they had to do shit for their jobs and all that. But at the end of the day,
Millions of motherfuckers.
I really feel like that's where all these so-called monkeypox and so-called all this shit is coming from. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I'm talking about, for me, it's the truth. I'm not saying it's the truth in black and white. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel that, you know, they put everything they needed to have in that joint before they gave it out, passed it out to people. And they can literally hit the button and tell motherfuckers to cluck like a chicken if they wanted to. So if they want to, you know, hit the button and had them all bumped up and monkeypoxed up, then... And the reason why I say that is because I had a client already come to me, you know, that has the shot, and I can't, you know, put all the person's information out there. However, they came to me, they got the shot already, and they have all the symptoms of this said monkeypox.
Damn.
Okay? Lesions all over the body, itching. You know what I'm saying? All the lesions is itching, and they leaving marks behind like the chicken pox did.
You done did this already. They just gave a different name.
You see what I mean? So I really feel like that is what's going on. You know? So it's like they covered up the CVID for the towers. You know what I'm saying? Now they covering up the shot and the side effects of the shot with the monkeypox.
That's out of pocket.
Yeah.
That is out of pocket, but it's super duper
It's out of pocket.
It really is. Like come on, y'all motherfuckers is out, they out of pocket. Like they time up and they trying to make everybody else miserable at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? I work in the restaurant industry, and it was like, what was that? Sunday, my little sisters came up there and they sat outside. It was nice. It was sunny. And, you know, one of the non-melanated people that work in my job, is only like 3 of us literally, was like, they sitting outside, are they crazy? And I'm like, no, they just getting, you know, it's
some sun.
It's rejuvenated to our melanin. And she just looked at me like I was fucking crazy, like I just called her a Tilly or something. And I just literally said to her, like, it helps our melanin.
Yeah, they
couldn't grasp the idea of them being in the sun.
Yeah, they scared of that son,
but
man.
their time is up. So to me, they kind of distracting everybody with everything.
Yeah.
Because they're making an exit. They have to. They just advertised Ellen DeGeneres' last show is tomorrow, which had really been over. That bitch been on house arrest.
Been going.
Like they probably, they definitely.
She probably done already.
Took her out.
They probably done got her already.
Guess who her last host or her last guest is? Fucking Oprah.
Done.
The bitch is done. That shit over tomorrow. That's it.
I want to watch just because it's gonna be so many Easter eggs thrown in that shit. Did you see Kanye on Drink Champs? This boy threw out so many Easter eggs. It was crazy.
That shit, man.
Then he talking about, that's your homie. Then he sitting there talking about he's a Christian. Nigga got the Henny like this. Okay?
He keeping it real.
Christians, no.
He giving you what the real Christian is. He not telling you what the story that was been told. He trying to show you what the original shit was.
He trying to show you his new religion that he's creating.
Jesus.
So he can, so he can now further mindfuck
the people. Bottles of liquor.
No, so he can further mindfuck the people who are, do call themselves Christians and still hang out and drink, because that's all the Christians I know.
Yeah.
They still drink. You know what I'm saying?
Drink,
so
smoke, curse.
They drink, smoke, cuss, all that shit. So basically, he's making it okay for them. All right, but they still will be looking at a master and not going within. Exactly. So Kanye is elected opposition. He's here. Yeah, that's cool. You got you. I think
they've been swapped his ass out
a lot of times, but it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. You got your big sis here. I got you. Hey. But yeah, like, come on. He selected opposition. All he there is to do is to be like, all right, it's cool to drink. It's cool to be cool and care about this, that, and the third. All the shit that the so-called black backsliding Christians is doing. But meanwhile, they still looking for a savior. He's not telling them to go within. He's not telling them that God is within. He's telling them that Jesus
why would
is
you
Christ.
Listen to
because when he was saying that, nobody they thought it was crazy.
Entertainer, like, why would you listen to an entertainer?
When he was saying that, I remember him saying on the interview, like, yo, motherfuckers that say I'm the shit, I'm the boss, I'm the this, I'm that. He said, but me saying I'm God, that's a problem? What's the problem with that? So to me, they killed his ass. It's somebody else up there.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
He used to say that to people. Yeah. Now he just like,
I believe they swapped him out.
Jesus and Sunday, whatever they call that shit. Sunday something. Choir, Sunday practice, whatever that shit called.
And then the crazy thing is they do give him some jewels to drop. Because he definitely put Harriet Tubman out there.
Oh, yeah. Yo.
But then they put all them cuts and shit in his hair so people won't even believe him because they all think he crazy. So when he go ahead and say some shit that's truth, they not gonna believe him anyway because they make him look crazy as hell.
They make him look so like he lost his mind. The whole thing. All right, I hear him, but he ain't talking with a sound mind. Cause look at his look at the cat cut his hair. So
yeah, exactly. He got a cat fight for sure. But they definitely using him as, they done clone so many people out. Like, we in the land of the clones right now.
Real shit.
We walking in the land of the fucking clones right now. So if y'all think that half these celebrities is even they self, y'all madly mistaken. I bet you see your favorite celebrity, they got a motherfucking person behind them. That's their handler. Just in case they malfunction, they need to shut them the fuck down, press a button or whatever like that. So many videos of these celebrities glitching.
Wow, what happened to Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy been cloned out.
I was about to say, who? I don't even know who that is no more. That about 17 people.
So you got
they replaced Wendy with the lady. I don't remember her name. How do you gonna take this lady the Wendy show and give that shit to somebody else?
Yeah, say Kiki Shepard.
And they took her money.
They took her bread too.
They took her money, but she just found a way to get it back. But this is all just alleged. This is just distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even I just be hearing this shit like, oh God, please, they've been going. You know what I mean?
Turn around and look at what everybody ain't looking at, or if everybody looking at the ground like I'm looking up.
You know what it remind me of? It remind me of when I was a young boy. I'd be like, yo, Iverson, he just killed it. He just dropped 50 points. Oh, man, don't be hype over that, man. Ain't making you no damn money, man. I ain't worrying about that shit, young boy. Yeah. I'm like, damn.
Then you find out that even half of that. Then you find out a lot of that shit. Then you find out a lot of that is bullshit and smoke and mirrors. Like, they got magnets in the ball and they got the games rigged where they already know who gonna win and lose. The money is in the stocks and they already know who is going to be the victor in each and every game. Football, basketball, everything. They got y'all emotional as shit. hoping that your team win.
Like a mud, Eagles.
Putting money down and all that shit. They already know who gonna win.
I don't put no money down.
They already know, y'all. It's pure entertainment.
Oh, yes, I do sometimes.
College basketball, I can say. I think the college basketball is legit. They go ahead and do their thing.
They just
but once you get money behind it,
they just switch the college shit up.
No, see, people been shaving points in college ball.
They might have been doing that too.
I played college ball, see.
Oh, okay. So it was happening
paid.
then too, right?
Yeah.
All right, then. See, you always try to give up a little bit. But give it all up. Take it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how many minutes. Nigga, we got 3 minutes. Next show, we talking about it.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about that goddamn sinkhole they found.
Well, it is a documentary on Netflix, and it's this guy called Headache, and he did it in a Division I school, and that way you can actually see a good documentary on it.
Yeah, go ahead, watch that.
Points, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. But listen, drop y'all social media, everything, so we can get our followers to follow y'all. Well, they already know who you is, but go ahead. Everybody get a social media.
How y'all doing? I'm Marley the Great. I go by Marseille. You can follow me on all platforms. MARSAE 2_ worldwide on everything social media.
Yeah. And I'm Friend Daddy SP. You can follow it everywhere. Check out some singles I got out. Check out me and BeeChougie Project dropping soon. You know, AKA Skinny Big Pop.
You already know the love song dropping soon. Right now we got Wake Up out now. Everybody go download that. It's time to wake up. You know what I mean? Our video dropping soon. I got a trailer coming to y'all. There's a lot of good things about to happen this summer. You know. And a star of all trades, STARR, because I'm a rough rider of all trades on Instagram, Star Newton on Facebook. I love y'all. Paulie and the gang up next. I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Yeah.